God's temple built for the observance of the Sabbath. Main scripture, Exodus chapter 25 verses 8 and 22. Then have them make a sanctuary for me, and I will dwell among them. There, above the cover between the two cherubim that are over the ark of the testimony, I will meet with you and give you all my commands for the Israelites, temple and priests, for the Sabbath. God instructed the Israelites to build the sanctuary to house the ark of the covenant. Exodus 25 verse 8, verse 22. This suggests that the church is the place where the word of the covenant is proclaimed. After directing the construction of the sanctuary, God designated the priests as his chosen servants, entrusting them with the responsibility of conveying his word. Exodus 28. The construction of the temple and the designation of priests are connected to the observance of the Sabbath. Exodus chapter 31 verse 13. Where do we offer our worship to God on the Sabbath? In God's temple. Who delivers his word on the Sabbath? His chosen servants, the priests. 2 tablets, the foundation of the sanctuary's existence. However, instead of building the sanctuary with the wealth God had bestowed upon them, the Israelites created an idol. Exodus 32 verse 4. Their act of idolatry was so grave that it enraged God. He was determined to annihilate all the Israelites. Exodus 32 verses 9 and 10. As he descended from the mountain, Moses threw the 2 tablets of the testimony to the ground, breaking them to pieces at the foot of the mountain. Exodus 32 verse 19. The primary purpose of the temple's construction was to provide a dwelling for the 2 tablets of the testimony, housing the ark of the testimony. Consequently, the Lord commanded Moses the crafting of another pair of stone tablets. Exodus 34 verse 1. The Israelites learned a lesson. They willingly and voluntarily brought forth their possessions to contribute to the construction of God's sanctuary. Exodus 35 verse 29. Upon completing the construction of the tabernacle, their initial act was to place the ark of the testimony in the most holy place. Exodus 40 verse 1. Only the high priests had the privilege to enter this sacred area, while the remainder of Israel was prohibited. Once the ark found its place inside the tabernacle, the glory of God enveloped the space. Exodus 40 verse 35. Solomon took the same steps. Soon after the completion of the temple's construction, Solomon relocated the Ark of the Covenant to this newly built temple. 1 Kings chapter 8 verse 6. The tabernacle being the center. The tabernacle was the center of the Israelites' life in the desert. As they set up camp, every tribe of Israel positioned itself around the tabernacle, symbolizing their commitment to the word of the covenant. The Israelites encamping around and trailing the Ark of the Covenant during their time in the desert signifies that their life in the desert centered around the word of the covenant. Numbers 9 verse 23. As the desert represents the church, we must follow in their footsteps. Conclusion. Our faith life must be centered around the church, the place that houses the word of the covenant.